Hello everyone, I'm Kissy. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do another video in regards to the dark angel energy. So I've mentioned the dark angel before. I had an experience after connecting with my divine masculine where in a dream state I was in the underworld and he was, I guess you could say, that's what I call him, a dark angel, but he was kind of like a guardian or like a guard, some kind of very powerful. You could tell he was the, like, I guess you could say the head of the army, but he was protective of me in this space. He was my personal protector, so I associated him to like the shadow of Archangel Michael for me. And that energy is also associated to my divine masculine, which is considered the most powerful protector energy. Also linked to Chango, and also linked to Kali, okay, the divine feminine energy or the dark mother energy. So I wanted to talk about how those energies are linked. When you tap into your dark feminine, when you are taken over by your divine, I don't even want to say the word divine feminine, because you hear the word divine feminine, you think of goodness and but it's she's your dark serpent energy. She is the one that when you're listening to that tribal music and you're in the zone and you're in that realm and you're intoxicating even to yourself, she's that force, okay? When you're in her energy, you tap into your masculine's dark angel. And what makes him irresistible and attractive, it's that energy of he's bad for you. Whatever bad he does is justified to protect you. And that might sound really dark and really like the movie uh, Goodfellas. Is it Goodfellas? Which is the one with Hank? Not Hank. I was gonna say Hank Hill. His name is Henry Hill. Oh my God. I think it is Goodfellas. Yeah, it is Goodfellas, right? Isn't that the one where I don't want to tell the story? Anyways, why did I even bring him up? Yes, there was a part where he said, like Karen is the wife's name, and she says this. She talks about the gun when he beats the neighbor who disrespected her, little good old two shoe boy, kind of goody two shoes, wants to be disrespectful and think nothing of it, and he comes along. He's this into things that if her family knew would look terrible, but somehow him beating the crap out of that guy and then giving her the gun and saying, here, put that away, hide that, it gave her that sensation of power from him, like his power transfers to her, and she's aware of that power too, that it comes with a lot of taboo things. And so we suppress that energy, the feminine, because we're told that we're bad and we're wrong and we shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't be so powerful. They don't say powerful. They say you shouldn't be so bad. They don't say you shouldn't be so bad sometimes. They'll say you shouldn't be such a slut. You shouldn't be such a hoe. You shouldn't be such a bitch. You shouldn't be such a whatever they want to call you. But they call you that because they're jealous, because they don't have that kind of power to do with your power what they would abuse, basically. And that's the dark side of the masculine dark angel energy. He is corrupt in every way, shape, and form. He is undeniably an evil man by normal standards, right? he's the guy you think of in like Game of Thrones, the vileness of some of these people in power, but they were the people in power. They were the ones people feared. So at some point, you want somebody that is powerful and feared to be your protector if you're dealing with a psychotic that's going against you in that same way, you see. So do you get my drift? It's not, we don't go for the Christian Grace. We don't do that because his psychopathy is so sexy. No, it's his psychopathy is crazy enough to be feared. Therefore, that fear that he can emanate can protect as well. Does that make sense? It's like you want your animal to be able to protect you from an outside animal. So somebody out there is chaotic. You need somebody equally or more chaotic than them to protect you from that. Which is why they say, you want the bad boy sometimes. This is what I appreciate about the men that value the divine feminine. And it shows in their reverence for the feminine, their protection of the feminine, their ways of teaching the feminine through compassion. The masculine that is really well in touch with his inner feminine doesn't have judgments of the dark nature. They have empathy and compassion for the dark nature of humanity. They have empathy and appreciation for the dark side of the feminine, because they can empathize with the feminine. When she goes psychotic, when she goes crazy, when she goes out of control in a burst of passion, he loves to tame her in that sense. He knows the power of her beast because of his own beast and what it took for him to master it. So when you tap into your divine masculine energy and you get met with his shadow, and you can only recognize it because it's your Kali energy. And I prefer to say Kala, and I'll tell you why. I say Kali so that you recognize the term and don't think that I don't know that that's what the textbooks say, Kali. But when she came to me and actually said her name, it was Kala, okay? Now, is that a different entity altogether? Is that the Spanish version of her? Whatever you want to say. Loud and clear, it was Kala that came through me. And I was in ecstasy mode in terms of my own power and sensing that, feeling that, knowing as I was like dancing and just being taken over. It was being taken over by the chaos within in a very sensual dance, actually, literally, and being in that mind. And it's usually always like a bonfire, the ocean, nighttime, and dancing, and very ancient, and it's beautiful. It's I can feel it now, which is why I'm like, don't make me cry, because it's not overwhelming. It's just that power can make people afraid because they wonder, this feeling is out of my control. I cannot control this feeling. So what happens and it doesn't show up always in ecstatic form. Obviously, if that was the case, we'd all be in that energy all the time. The reason we don't get in that energy all the time is because that's the same out of control energy that makes you want to choke a bitch. That makes you want to that makes you want to hurt somebody. It's the same energy that can make you really say, maybe I should just lose my mind this one time and just handle business. Like, you can get lost and throw yourself into this is like actual war. Like, tell me if you haven't been in that state, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you've been in that state, you know what it takes not to allow yourself to go there. You can easily say I had a blackout, but The worst is when you actually go into a state that you are no longer in control. You have to have that threshold of what you will not cross, because you know that if I let myself go below the line, if I go below that line, then only only a miracle can save us now, because now it's like all loss of control. And when there's all loss of control and there's nothing there to mediate, there's nothing there to have reason, there's nothing there to separate, there's nothing there to, it can get rather destructive. It can become tragic. Okay, we're talking about true passions of crime. Think of those scenarios. And I'm not saying that we live in, but that is when you think of the grace of God, and you think of the most potent light, meaning the most brightest idea or the most elevated, okay? Because some people have a problem with the up and down version, blah, blah, blah. Everything has to be an inverted issue problem, whatever. You know what I'm saying? When you think of what could possibly be the most wisest father, you have to also see its opposite, the most dangerous father. But then you also have to see its counterpart, the most dangerous mother. And in those ways, we have range. We all have a range. And what expands us as above, so below. In order for you to develop, the more you can develop your light, the more you're opening up space to explore your darkness. The more you explore your darkness, the more you're giving space for your light. You understand? So it's dualistic system. You can act like one is not happening without the other, but when you connect to that dark angel energy, it can be very scary, because you're looking at what's that movie? I think is it American Psycho, which I've never actually watched, but no, I watched parts of it, but I didn't have an interest in diving into that psychology. My psyche was on at a very young age, like even like I didn't know why I was not interested in certain things. Why didn't I did not allow myself to be infiltrated psychologically by certain things, because it was like no, I can't that's those are really dark ideas, but it's coming from the mind versus from the chaos. A feminine's dark ideas are not the same as a masculine's dark ideas, and a masculine's light ideas are not the same as a feminine's light ideas. I think that made sense. Did it make sense for you? I think it makes sense. So there is in the darkness, there's a positive, and in the light, there's a negative. So when you're in the dark spaces, we think of, oh, I don't like to deal with dark topics or dark things. We think of the negative of darkness. The negative of darkness, you have death, listlessness, feeling like depression and sadness and problems and out of control, and where you feel victimized, all of those things that make you feel like a loser. Then you have the dark positive, all the things that are bad, but they make you feel alive, okay? But dangerous, because, oh my God, it's so bad, but it feels so good. You can see the difference. Something bad that feels so good can easily go into something bad that's dangerous and hurtful, harmful and hurtful. So the masculine dark and the feminine dark are not the same, and the masculine light and the feminine light are not the same. and understanding those those points. My hands are doing their own thing. Understanding those things, okay, yeah, is beneficial. You have a holistic view of who you are. You have a holistic way and range in which to operate. But I wanted to, full circle, come back to the appreciation of the dark masculine. When you embrace it and you trust that it actually is there to protect you, it's not there to harm you. Think of Archangel Michael. If you're like me and you believe in angel protection and all of that, for me, he's my protector. But I mentioned all the other ways that he comes through, right? When I see him in that energy, he's fighting the bad guy. The bad guy in the realm of thought, for me, meaning in the realm of the physical world. There's a way of protect my physical safety, protecting my home, my body in my day-to-day life, in my awake life. My dark angel energy, he protects you in the things that are kind of like when you don't want to see like too much of the there's too much light and you're like, no, don't show me all that, I don't want to see that. Like the American Psycho energy it's like watching I just watched it yesterday, The Departed. Think of the perfect, oh thank you, think of the dark angel energy as in the movie The Departed. You have two versions of men. One, in the reality, he's wearing a uniform, so he's a protector. But the other one is undercover, but he's actually living in that reality of crime and death and the heinous things that people do out of greed and, power. So the main woman in the role, she worked for the department as like the therapist, right? And she's dating the one with the uniform, the detective with the uniform and all of that, but she's counseling the troubled ex-cop that was put in through all these like undercover operations. Who does she fall for? The corrupt cop, or the undercover cop, sorry. The undercover cop is the one that she falls for. The one that she's dating is a corrupt cop. The one that on the outside looks the part, but on the inside he's really corrupt. Whereas the other one on the outside, he looks corrupt, but on the inside he is not. He's in control. He's staying focused because he knows how dangerous it is. He knows how evil that world can be. But he has to be as equally evil, if not more, to protect you from that world. Does that make sense? So I think that's all, folks. I enjoyed this one. I'll come back soon. Take care.